there, I'm Teresa Dufour with your CT Style Express. So you might think you're on track with your retirement savings, but chances are you've overlooked some key factors that really could take a huge bite out of your hard-earned nest egg. Here to talk all about it from Sentinel Asset Management is managing member Will Warner. Will, nice to see you via Zoom.
Good to see you, Teresa. How are you today?
Not bad. So I want to ask you, what is the biggest thing people are missing when it comes to planning for their retirement?
The biggest thing that they're missing is the overlooking of their expenses. And the single largest expense in retirement is going to be their taxes. It's not their health care. It's not their mortgage. It's not even travel. It's taxes. And you might think that we're lulled into a sense of security because we're in the historic lows right now. But with the federal government pumping so much money because of COVID-19 into the stock market, into the market, taxes have only one direction to go. The good news is that you actually can do something about it, and it all starts with a written retirement financial plan. And you can reduce and possibly, can't guarantee it, but possibly eliminate your taxes in retirement.
All right. Well, so I think I heard you correctly. You said reduce or eliminate taxes in retirement. How is that feasible?
Okay. So most people think that that's something only the wealthy can do with a team of lawyers and accountants. But there are simple strategies that are available to everybody, even regular middle and upper middle class Americans. But you have to plan. You just can't throw it against the wall and see if it'll stick. Okay. So most people fall into one or more of what I would call a tax trap. And there are three main traps that you have to avoid. One is not having a withdrawal strategy. Okay. There are individual tax buckets that I would call, and they have to be tax diversified, and you have to know where to pull the money from on the most tax efficient basis. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, not having a strategy to deal with retired minimum distributions, or RMD. And then finally, failing to prepare for the inevitable tax hike that's on the way. So taxes affect pretty much almost everybody in their retirement income, including retirement accounts like 401ks, IRAs, Social Security, and long-term care. All right, so there are several strategies that you can implement that will help lower and possibly eliminate some taxes when you get into retirement.
All right, so it's important to look at your retirement income as a whole versus as individual pieces?
Very much so, holistically. Okay, there are many variables that make up your retirement income. You need to make sure that they all play nicely together, okay, while minimizing or eliminating the taxes that you pay. If you can save $1, you not only save that dollar, but you keep that dollar growing for you in your pocket, okay? So one of the things that will usually get people is RMD, required minimum distributions. It's now age 72 is when you have to start taking this money out of there. So in the absence of a plan, RMD could inadvertently result in moving you into a higher tax bracket, which means paying more taxes on all your other income and potentially losing quite a significant amount of money to the IRS.
Wow, I mean, no one wants to pay more taxes than needed,
No.
right? All right, so you mentioned earlier not preparing for tax hikes. I mean, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but are taxes going up?
You're right, Teresa, we don't have we don't have a crystal ball. However, tax rates are currently at the lowest that we've seen since 1986. And the recent stimulus package that they've come out for coronavirus and all of the other stimulus packages that they've been negotiating, it's inevitable that the taxes are going to go in only one direction. It's going to go up regardless of who wins the election. Okay, so it's important to look at all of your qualified retirement accounts, like your 401ks and IRAs, and evaluate if moving them as part of an overall strategy for retirement planning is the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. How can you help our viewers make sure they do all of the things you've mentioned correctly? I mean, I feel like you need a little guidance in this.
Okay, all right. So Teresa, perhaps the biggest mistake that people make in retirement is looking at issues individually. In other words, like, I just want to worry about taxes, or I just want an investment return, instead of looking at how one thing interacts with the other, okay? So that's why what we're going to do is we're going to offer our viewers a free tax analysis. But understand, it's not just a tax analysis, it's part of an overall retirement financial plan. And a written retirement financial plan, all right, that looks at all aspects and how they intercorrelate with one another, and all decisions play against one another. Okay, so if our viewers have 300,000 in retirement, save for retirement, schedule a time to come in and see me, 203-793-0707, and we'll get a chance. We'll get you in, and we'll do a written plan for you.
All right. Will Warner, it's never too early to start planning for retirement. Thank you so much for your expertise.
You're welcome, Teresa.
All right. You learn more over at SentinelAssetManagementLLC.com. We appreciate it.
Thank you.